All right, guys, let's go ahead and give you your third video of the day. In this video, we're going to be talking about the Idaho 4 case, Bryan Kohberger. We got a little bit of news, not much. That's why this is third on the list today, but it's still good, big news. I'm JB Gunner. This is Crime Time. Let's get on into it. Let's do it.
Bring it back.
Look at you, lucky motherfuckers, getting 3 videos from me today. Guys, I'm JB Gunner, and this is Crime Time. Now, before we get started, let me first and foremost say thank you to everybody that supports the channel. Hell, any of my channels, regardless of platform, regardless of method you choose, whether it's Cash App, Patreon, Venmo, PayPal. Truth is, guys, I couldn't do this each and every day as often as I do for the last 18 years on all these different channels if it wasn't for you. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate the Gun Squad. You guys are what makes this thing go. And if you too find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Show some love. Join the Gun Squad. You can also find links to some of my other channels down there, man. I got quite a few of them. We do a lot of different stuff. But if you're a snowflake, don't click on the politics channel or the live stream channel because that'll be a little rough. Speaking of live streaming, we will be doing a lot more because we will be live streaming the Leilani Simon case. Richard Allen, they're not streaming, but we'll be able to hopefully cover that in some ways, not in a live stream, but that also begins this week. And then, of course, obviously, the Bryan Kohberger case next year. Now, when is that case going to take place? That is what we're talking about here today. Bryan Kohberger has trial delayed and in slayings of Idaho college students and proceedings set to last months. This is really weird, though, because they said the Leilani Simon case only lasts 2 weeks. They don't seem to be acting as if Delphi is going to last that long. But quadruple homicide suspect Bryan Kohberger's trial in the deaths of 4 University of Idaho students has been delayed. The 29-year-old former criminology lecturer is now due to face murder charges in the 2023 slaying of a bunch of motherfuckers in Idaho, nearly 2 months from when the trial was originally scheduled to begin, according to the Tri-City Herald. Jury selection will begin on July 30th, and the criminal trial will begin on August 11th. So this is 2 months later than it was supposed to go. So it sounds like Ann Taylor and Bryan Kohberger got what they asked for. The revised trial date appears to represent a compromise between the two options. Ada County Judge Stephen Hippler presented at the hearing last month, May 2025, which prosecutors favored, and September 2025, which was the defense's preference. So it does look like a compromise. Obviously, Kohberger in his trial has been moved to Boise, Ada County, and that's just what we got. We got a new trial date.
Good afternoon. The trial date for the University of Idaho murders has officially changed. The trial now scheduled for August 11th to November 7th of 2025. Accused murderer Bryan Kohberger's first hearing in Ada County on September 26th drew a small crowd, a line forming outside the Boise courtroom. The court moved his case from mock.
Told you, just everybody's fat. This woman here, but at least they got some, things going for them. But anyway, let's continue.
Moscow in Latah County and transferred him to the Ada
It's true
County
crime
jail.
people are just.
The Idaho Supreme Court also.
To be fair, those are probably crime reporters and shit.
Stephen Hippler
Court reporters,
at
I don't
that
know.
time, he expects both sides to remain civil and avoid theatrics.
America's just
despite
fat.
the
I'm
high-profile
fat.
proceedings.
I do expect, as it probably will come to no surprise to you, for you all to
Not Hippler.
get along. Right?
Hippler looks like he goes home and gets in the wife beater shirt, drinks himself some rum until he goes to sleep.
Understand the stakes in this case are as high as they can possibly be in any case, but you are professionals. You have taken oaths, both as of officers.
We'll get to the
jurisdiction,
documents in just a second.
but also as attorneys before this bar.
We'll get to the documents in just a second.
Prosecutors will seek the death penalty if a jury
course they
convicts Kohberger on the 4 murder charges. The trial's move to mid-August of next year is expected to help with the potential jury pool so that it's not during the midsummer when the judge says families.
This is the only case I've ever seen do shit like this. You know what I mean? Like schedule around, we don't want to bother jurors during the summer. That doesn't make sense to me.
Typically busy on vacations
I mean, crimes and trials happen in the summer.
and activities.
All the time.
Kohberger is accused of stabbing these 4 friends to death in Moscow nearly 2 years ago. Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee Gonsalves. The Moscow
Kaylee in this picture looks like she's wearing about a gallon of makeup. Look at that shit. Look at that shit.
home it happened in since demolished to make way for a memorial garden.
Quick question to all the gentlemen in the audience. Who's the hot one? Xana? Kaylee? Or Maddie? Don't be scared. Answer the question. Don't be a pussy. You're being disrespectful. No, I'm not. I'm just asking who the hot one is. I'll tell you what. What's the game that everybody plays? Well, no, you can't do rape, murder. No, not rape, murder. Murder, what is it? Murder, fuck. Marry. Yeah, you can't do that in this situation because you don't want to pick murder. You don't want to pick murder on anybody. All right, let's go ahead. Before you fuck around, catch a case, they're like, hey, Kohberger, it ain't you. Whew. Let's go ahead and get to the documents. Let's go ahead and check this shit out. Guys, this was filed on October 2nd, 2024, just 8 days ago. Order regarding representation status and setting hearing. By this order, the court directs the current defense counsel, Ann Taylor, Alyssa Massoff, and Jay Loxton shall remain as counsel of record for defendant unless they are relieved by a subsequent order of this court. An ex parte sealed closed hearing will be held on Tuesday. Counsel may appear either in person or via WebEx. At the hearing, the court will consider defendant's representation status and the obligation of the state public defender to pay cost of representation. Holy shit. The state public defender, Eric Fredrickson, must appear at said hearing as well. So, obviously, they're saying that they're going to stay on, but they needed to look at it. They needed to look at some notes, right? So let's move on to the next one here. The next one. We have this is on 10/8. Notice of filing documents related to closed hearing on October 8th under seal. That's crazy. Why would that be under seal? Bryan Kohberger, by and through his attorneys of record and pursuant to Idaho court, hereby files the accompanying documents related to the closed hearing being held on 10/8/24. Why is that sealed? Why is it sealed on who the lawyer is going to be? Doesn't that seem weird to you? But here we go. Let's go get to this one. Motion for permission to file under seal documents related to the closed hearing regarding representation status on October 8th. Now, don't get me wrong. This could just be a lot of red tape shit like this. But this shit, to me, remember, you guys got to remember, I said it's possible that he could lose his representation. And the fact that there's so many filings in regards to this, it's at least a questionable situation. Comes now, Bryan Kohberger, because if you're not going to pay Ann Taylor, she's not going to stay. I don't believe under any circumstances, if she's not being paid, she'll stay. Comes now, Bryan Kohberger, by and through his attorney of record, blah, 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 and hereby requests permission to file documents under seal for the court's consideration of representation status pending hearing on October 8th. The documents sought to be filed under seal are communications between the state public defender and counsel for Kohberger related to contracting issues. So they're negotiating. The documents should be sealed to protect private matters, to protect a fair trial. So they're negotiating probably the wage. Ain't that crazy? And of course, the court did order for some permission to file under seal documents related to the closed hearing regarding representation. The court having before it the motion that we just previously discussed, it is hereby ordered that the defendant shall be allowed to file documents under seal related to the closed hearing set for October 8th. It is further ordered that the document shall be filed under seal because of the confidential nature of the information contained within the documents. What is confidential nature of the information? What is confidential about a public servant and whether she's on the case or not? Request for appointment and transfer of the case. This was also filed on the 9th. Prior to transfer of the criminal case, excuse me, I'm sick, guys, still. Excuse me, sorry. Prior to the transfer of this criminal case to the court, the Honorable District Judge Mark Monson, Prior to the transfer of this criminal case to the court, the Honorable District Judge Mark Monsoon's 2nd Judicial District has been appointed to serve as resource judge under ICR code, which was accomplished in Latah County by the opening of a sealed, separate civil case. Who's getting sued? This court seeks to reestablish. Are they suing the state? Is Kohberger suing the state? This court seeks to reestablish Judge Monson as the resource judge for this criminal case and request the Idaho Supreme Court transfer venue of Latah County case to Ada County. The court further requests that Judge Monson be assigned as an out-of-district resource for the 4th District so he can be reappointed to the resource judge case once it's transferred to Ada County. It is so ordered. What is this second case? Redacted order governing further criminal proceedings and notice of trial setting. It is hereby ordered as follows. Any prior scheduling order is vacated, so it's all vacated. The following schedule will govern the pretrial matters outlined here within and the trial in this case. Jury questionnaires will be administered approximately a date of 2025. That date is redacted. I don't know how to pronounce that. Voidire shall commence on July 30th, 9 a.m. Oh, okay, this jury selection. Okay. The jury trial shall commence on August 11th, 2025 and run through November 7th, 2025, inclusive of the penalty phase if necessary. Trial will begin each day at 8:30 a.m., conclude at approximately 3:30 p.m., with a lunch break of approximately 45 minutes, Monday through Friday. The parties should be aware that some trial weeks may need to be shortened, depending on other obligations of the court. Counsel should have sufficient evidence and witnesses ready to go each day to utilize the full day's trial schedule. Makes sense. A final pretrial conference will be held on May 15, 2025 at 9 a.m. and continue May 16, 2025 if necessary. Earlier status conferences may be requested of the court or initiated by the court. Motions. Death penalty motions. The state's responses to the defense motions challenging the death penalty are due October 10, 2024. That's today. The defense's reply briefs are due October 24th. October 24. A hearing on the motions will be held on November 7th, 2024. Shit, we got a lot of death penalty shit coming this month. Discovery motions. The last day to file motions to compel regarding any known unresolved issues is November 14, 2024. Responses to those motions are due December 6, 2024. Replies are due December 20th, 2024. A hearing on discovery motions will be held on January 23rd, 2025 at 9 a.m. and continue the following morning at 9 a.m. if necessary. Rule 12, ICR motions. All motions governed by ICR 12, including motions to suppress evidence, are due by November 14th. So a lot of these motions for discovery and shit like that, all November 14th. Responses to those motions are due December 6th, basically the same thing as before. Motions in limine, I don't even know what that word is. And notices are IRE. Motions, anyway, blah, 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 are due by February 10th, 2025. Responses to those motions are due March 3rd. Replies are due March 17th. A hearing on motions will be held on April 3rd, 2025, and following day if necessary. Discovery and expert disclosures. Defendant's discovery deadline is January 9th, 2025. Experts, a list of experts the parties intend to call at trial, including a copy of the expert's report consistent with ICR 16 and a copy of the expert's curriculum vitae, shall be disclosed to the opposing party as follows. State's guilt phase experts, December 18, 2024. Defendant's guilt phase experts, January 23rd, 2025. All right, that makes sense. Rebuttal guilt phase, February 3rd, 2025. State's penalty phase experts, January 7th, 2025. Defendant's penalty phase experts, March 31st, 2025. I mean, this judge has really got some good shit going on. He's got this shit locked down, don't he? Rebuttal penalty phase, April 28, 2025. Trial materials. Let's take a look. Proposed jury questionnaires shall be simultaneously filed under seal by March 24, 2025. Objections are due March 31st, 2025. A sealed closed hearing on the proposed jury questionnaires will be held on April 16, 2025. Proposed jury instructions and trial briefs shall be filed by April 14, 2025. Objections to April 2025. Proposed exhibit list, now this is good, shall be filed and exchanged by April 21st, 2025. The parties must identify exhibits specifically and individually, with each exhibit referenced by the Bates number used during discovery. So they're going to have the evidence, the exhibits, right then. Copies of exhibits shall be exchanged by April 21st. Each exhibit must be affixed with an exhibit number. State shall use red exhibit stickers beginning with S1. The defense shall use blue stickers beginning with D1. To expedite trial, each exhibit should be viewed by opposing counsel prior to this trial, and a determination made as to whether an objection will be lodged against the exhibit and the basis for the objection identified. I like this. There's a lot of information. On or before May 14, 2025, the parties shall jointly file a log, a spreadsheet, identifying which exhibits are objected to and the basis of the objection, and those which there is no objection. I like this shit. Guilt phase, lay witness list shall be filed under seal by April 21st, 2025. Penalty phase lay witness shall be filed under seal by May 5th, 2025. The list of witnesses, a witness must identify specific individuals and not merely identify groups of people generally. Makes sense. So ordered on this 8th day of October. These motherfuckers did some work, didn't they? These motherfuckers did some work. Look, man. This judge has his shit together. It looks like we know all the dates for almost everything, including all the deadlines, which is good. It's going to be the end of this year going into next year. They're going to start making some moves and some shakes. And look, man, if there's going to be a plea bargain, I'm going to be honest with you. We're going to see that plea bargain in April of 2020. I'm going to make a prediction right now. If we're going to see a plea bargain, if Kohberger says, I want to save my life, and because he believes they'll find him guilty or anything like that, if we're going to see a plea bargain at all, it will be in April of 2025. Because that's when everybody's going to have the exhibits. You see what I'm saying? And Kohberger at that moment will look at everything and he'll know if they got his ass or not. And if they do got him, if he is guilty, that's when he'll say, fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and sign it over, right? Right now, I don't see enough evidence. A lot of you guys don't see enough evidence. I don't know, man. But I know whatever the case may be, we have a lot in true crime coming up here soon, including in this case. It'll be interesting to see if they're going to pay, how they're going to pay Ann Taylor, if Ann Taylor stays. I know the drunk turkeys or whatever, from what I heard on Harsh's video, has said that Ann Taylor's gone. That's not true. That's not true. Drunk turkeys hasn't seen any documentation you and I have seen. I haven't seen. I've said it's a possibility that Ann Taylor could be gone. For if any YouTuber is coming out here and saying definitively Ann Taylor's gone, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't. And I don't know if Drunk Turkey said that. I'm just saying, if that's what happened, based on what Harsh Reality said, yeah, man, it's not true. It's not true. And if that's true, where's the evidence? Too much speculation and too much stating of things as facts is happening with this cases, and a lot of times it comes from the guilters, the people that absolutely believe Bryan Kohberger did it. A lot of times they state things as facts, and they don't even need to. Whenever a guilter states something as fact, you should question it every single time, because let me tell you something. If it's a fact that came from the police, which they all seem to be sucking off every day, or the prosecution or the PCAs, those facts are already revealed to us all. The state's not releasing or leaking things to YouTubers. It's not happening. It puts their state at risk, a case at risk. And if you think the state of Idaho is going to put its case at risk, so some YouTubers have content, you've lost your goddamn minds. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, man. We got some court dates changing. It looks like. And what is this second civil court case? Who's suing who? Is Kohberger suing the state of Idaho? Is someone suing Bryan Kohberger? Curious. Guys, I'm Jamie Gunner. This is Crime Time. I'm sick of shit. But this is your third video of the day. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's content. I will see you tomorrow if we got some more news. If you guys like what I do here and you find my content valuable, feel free to say thank you by hitting the links down below. Send your boy a tip, a cup of coffee, some shit like that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.